Hello and welcome to the video. I'm Jimmy the Mower and today we're here to look at the PELLENC Helion battery operated hedge trimmer. Right, we've had this hedge cutter then for a couple of months now and we've really put it through its paces, done some work, various sites, commercial sites, industrial sites, playing field sites, that sort of thing, and it's been really handy. As you all know, I'm not really a big fan of these battery powered things. I'm a two-stroke guy through and through, but I have to say with this I've been really impressed. First of all, let's show you the battery. So there it is, huge battery there, the Alpha 520. It's easy to charge up. You've just got this lead, plugs into the top, into the side just round there, and you can hear that clicking. There's no way you can get it the wrong way round because it's only fitting one way, and that just plugs into your standard 13 amp socket. It'll charge up overnight from 0 to 100%, no problem at all. So I'm happy with that. The only gripe I've got really with the charging system is we could probably do with a 12 volt system. So if you ever forgot to charge it up overnight, you could just plug it in the truck or the van and it'd be, charged up and then you could use it for work. But anyway, that's only a small thing at the moment. We ran this hedge cutter using this battery for a full day, then next day ran it again and there was still 10-15% left in the battery. So there's more than enough if you're charging it every night, and I was quite impressed with it as well. We'll put this to one side for a second and have a look at the hedge cutter itself. Now, the hedge cutter's there, light, balanced, everything's great with that. Controls up here just as normal, dead man's handle on the top and a little trigger switch underneath to power it up. The difference between these and the petrol models is you've got a little power switch on there, and when the battery's in, you can select 3 modes of power. You've got low, medium and high power. And to be honest with you, we've used them on all 3, and it doesn't really matter. We've probably put it about medium power for most of the stuff we cut. We're not cutting through thick branches, just mainly thin stuff, cutting off, trimming, that kind of thing. It's fairly quiet. It says 96 dB on here. Now, I don't think that's quite true because we've run this side by side with a petrol cutter which is about 105 dB, and the petrol cutter was so much louder. In fact, we've got some video of that you can have a look at now. So now you've seen it in action and you know exactly how quiet it is compared to the petrol model. Let's take a closer look at the unit itself. This is the cutting head on here, really sharp, razor sharp. So happy with the cut that we got on it. We didn't put it through anything too tough, but it was really good. Cut everything that we needed to, good clean cut and well shaped. Now, to get it to work, we need first of all to put the head to the position that we need it to. It won't cut there. So press this down and we've got a little pull handle and we move this out and then you hear that lock, and that's what we like to hear, a nice positive lock. That's fully engaged and that will work just as it should. Now that's at 90 degrees. You can bend it again, put it out. That's probably what you'd use when you're cutting the top of hedges. You can bend it over. You don't want it 90 degrees. You want to be able to stand away and just be able to gauge it properly. And then you can put it down to flat. And that's great. If you're working dead level, you can push that out in front. And then if you're siding up, you bend it a little bit further back and that'll lock in there. So when you're turning around, you can stand at the side and you can do it and you'll by eye and you'll see it's exactly level instead of having to hold it straight. So it's good. Most of these long reaches do that, but this one, I just like the positive lock and the way it clicks loudly every time you move position. Folds up nice and easy. Now onto the battery, right? These are really easy to connect. First of all, this is the main power point at the top. That's where it transfers the power across. This big hole in the middle there, that takes the end of the hedge cutter there, and that locks in, and that means it won't move anywhere at all. It's really great. The bottom one's a charging port. We don't need that for this operation. So when we put this together, we clip this on, slide it on, and again, a nice positive lock. That's what we like to hear. And that's it, and that's the battery on. Now, the battery itself is quite heavy. And when you pick this up, it can feel a little bit cumbersome at first. But when the head's extended out and you're holding it here and here, it's really well balanced and you don't really suffer any fatigue. Plus, compared to a petrol machine, there is very, very little vibration. It really does make a huge, huge difference. I can't explain this. You can't even see it in a video of us using it, but the lack of vibration from this machine really is astounding. So once we've got the battery on, we then press down the button and there's a little red light comes on. It's telling us on the battery 62%, and you hear the beep there to say it's live. It says error rate on there. You cannot fire it up because it's locked. It won't work. So we can give it a little go inside just to see what happens. Let's turn it over. Lift this up, lock it at 90 degrees, turn it over, make sure it's out the way of anything that we'll see, and then once, and then hold it down, and away it goes. Now that's just on low power. You can lift it up to medium power. You can hear that's a little bit louder, and then we'll put it onto full power. Now, when we're out in the field, apart from to test it on full power, we never cut with anything on full power. We just didn't need to. Medium was more than enough for anything we did. But here we go. So that's power level 3. You hear how quick and strong that is on there. Never really cut anything with power level 3. We just did it for a test on a few bits and pieces just to see how it would work. Everything we cut, it coped with easily on level 1 and level 2. We're more than happy with it. So that's it. You've done your cutting. You've seen how it works. Now all we've got to do is disconnect the battery. You can't actually take the battery off while this is still in cut mode. So what we have to do is just drop it down onto the floor. It does sit quite nicely on the battery as well. And there's some little rubber pads on the back, so it's very well thought out. Now, we've locked that down, and because that's locked in there, we can't use the trigger, it won't fire up. And then that also enables us to disconnect the battery. There's a little padlock sign on there. We slide this one up, so that's slid up to there, and then we push this down, and that disconnects. And we take it off. There we have the battery and the cutter. Simple as that. And then this battery, you put that on your strimmer or whatever else you need. Now, there's only a little bit of maintenance you can do on these things. I'm used to 2-stroke ones. We're messing with the engine, spark plugs, air filters, etc. We don't have those on here. The only thing we can do is grease up the gearbox. And there's only one greasing point on the whole machine. So I'll just open that up. Put it flat so we can see, and then that greasing point is just there, so you need a screwdriver just to undo it, or there's a Torx bit will fit in there, and we take that out. You get your grease gun or your little grease tube and you pump it in, and it just keeps the gearbox lubricated, and that's it for maintenance. How easy is that? A lot better than the petrol stuff. You know, no oil, no air filter to change and carburetors to fettle with. Although I think we all like that sort of thing, really. But it's annoying. It's annoying when you've got to get out and earn some money. Right, I'll just put this back on, and then we can fold it up and put the safety cover on. There's a safety cover on, lock this back over, and there you have your compact unit stored away. How great is that? So all in all, really happy with this. Thought it was great. I'm a bit of a battery skeptic, as I said before, but no, really changed my opinion on these sorts of things. It was a fantastic bit of kit. Thanks to Les Malin at PELLENC UK, and thanks to Sharrock's for letting us have this for a couple of months and really put it through its paces. If you like this video, we've got loads of others for you to have a look at. Anything nice to say, please pop it in the comments below. I'm Jimmy the Mower. I'll catch you on the next one.